Adam, long old season. It comes down to this, and I guess as a club, what you want is momentum going into the playoffs.
Yeah, it's been a really good season from the boys. A tough one, but one we've all enjoyed. And like you said, it's a game at the end of the season now to hopefully win and take into the playoffs.
And where you'd struggled for wins a few weeks ago, recent form's picked up. How pleasing is that?
Yeah, I think it's exactly what we wanted. Wanted to get a few wins, like you said, to take into the playoffs. It gives the boys confidence and momentum, and hopefully we can do that on Saturday.
Your goal against Solihull really sparked it, didn't it?
Yeah, that one wasn't bad, but obviously there's been plenty of other good performances from the boys in that. So like you said, we'll go to Hartlepool and try and put in a good performance.
And what do you make of them?
We haven't done a lot of work on it at the moment. Obviously, there's still part of the week ahead that we can work on that. So that would be done in training in the next few days.
And you had the start of this week off. How useful was that after getting towards the end of a long, hard campaign?
Yeah, it's always nice to have a little reset and a little break from everything. But then everyone comes back in and they're raring to go. Like I said, the boys trained really well this morning, ratting around and enjoying it. So yeah, it's all good.
Topped up the tan?
I'm not one that really gets a good tan, but I try my hardest.
Good luck on that one. In terms of your own personal self this season, you've been involved in every single National League game so far. Just how pleasing is that for you personally?
Yeah, it's something I'm really happy with, to be honest. Hopefully I can get into that final game on Monday, and that'll be all 46 games, which I'll be delighted with, especially coming off the back of the last 2 years I've had with a bad injury. It's just been nice to get back playing, and obviously grateful to the gaffer with conversations we had when I first signed in, telling me that he was going to play me for 46 games. And like I said, I'm grateful that he has.
I mean, that statement must have just been music to your ears last summer.
Yeah, 100%. I think that was one of the main things that encouraged me to sign her, along with everything else that he spoke about the club. Like I said, the main thing for me was just to get back in and back playing and enjoying my football again. Because like I said, I had a tough couple of years. And like I said, it's been a really good season, and I'm really happy.
When you've had a big injury like that, how careful have you got to be? Because to play 46 off the back of that would be a fantastic achievement.
I obviously had a little 6-month break when I come back from when I was still at Cambridge, and I was dipping in and out of games but not quite playing every week. So that kind of built me into it, and then coming here, obviously had to get a good pre-season in. And I've just tried to obviously forget about it and just concentrate on myself and not worry about it going into games. And thankfully I've managed to tick off a lot of games this season.
Yeah, you sort of got yourself pre-match hardened.
Yeah, definitely. I think if I went into games worrying, I think that would make things a lot harder. So like I said, I've just tried to forget about it now. Time's been ticking and games have been being ticked off, so I'm just happy.
I hate to mention this, but you've played 4,000 minutes this season. Jamie Robson's played 4,002. A little bit of a smirk on your face as I mentioned that. Is that one to get competitive about?
No, not at all. Like I said, it's a lot of boys. Me and Robbo have played a lot of minutes, but a lot of boys have played a lot of minutes as well. I think we played a lot of games this season. Like I said, it's different in terms of positions as well. Obviously, Robbo gets up and down the line. My type of running is sort of width-wise, just to keep the teams connected and together. And like I said, it's been a good season for us all.
Yeah, I mean, Robbo doesn't run across like you do, does he?
No, it's kind of a different bit of running. But like I said, Robbo's been great for us this season, along with all the other boys. And like I said, hopefully we can get some more minutes on Monday.
And the boys who've been in front of you in midfield for most of this season, Charlie McCann and Liam Sercombe, they obviously had their little spells out injured a few weeks ago. They seem to have both come back in and just sort of hit the ground running.
Yeah, they've both been great. Like I said, it's been a lot of people that have played in there this season, and they've all done well. They've all chipped in with goal contributions and things to help us win games. Like I said, I've enjoyed playing with them all in there. So like I said, hopefully we can do that again on Monday and take all that momentum into the playoffs.
Those combinations, how much work goes into forming them so that they do look as natural as they look?
Yeah, we do a lot of work. A lot of work on it in training. Obviously, the gaffer does a lot with us to drum into us the things he wants. And like I said, we practice it every day. And if we can take it into games, great. But sometimes games don't always plan out the way you want to in the week. So you have to adapt, and everyone has to do certain things differently. And I think we've done that across what I say has been a difficult season at times when games haven't always gone our way. I still think we found a way. I think that's been the most pleasing thing for us all this season.
And that ability to switch to plan B, plan C, however many variations there are. I mean, that's essential in being a winning team, but also takes a bit of experience as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think, like you said, the good teams always find a way and have more than one plan. Like I said, we have done that for a majority of the season, and we're going to need that going into a difficult period now in the playoffs, and fingers crossed we can do that.
Does the mentality change the closer the goal gets, or do you just need to keep doing exactly what you've been doing all season?
Exactly what we've been doing. I think the mentality's never changed. It's from the day we walked in on pre-season, it was promotion. That's all we wanted. And obviously now we're coming into that final month where it's still up for grabs, and we're as hungry as ever.
And the game's a little bit more spaced out now. Does that enable you to get the recovery in and sort of be fully fresh and focused for each match?
Yeah, I think there's plenty of time now to prepare and build up for them games. Obviously it's a longer wait than probably some of us would have expected. But I'm sure we'll get our work done, we'll get our training done, and we'll prepare as well as we can for the upcoming games.